shout out to the Dub. Hey,
watch this.
Hey, number one Dub.
Hey, Knicks, football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hugs, put in work, go good. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach Carter still on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. James Mack, he be on the scene, rocking the gear, it's so clean. We rise and go easy, off the easy, push easy. When my steppers are special kids, making fixing so easy. Trying to win, we so greedy. All my fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about that club. We do it for the dub. 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 That TF dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That TF dub.
Welcome to the Dub, number one high school podcast starring Pat O'Teasy, Jeremy McInnes, Coach Carr, and Brian Reiser.
Well, all right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to the number one talk show. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out.
On to the next round. Salute. Get ready.
Dub salute. Hey.
I can't hear nothing, fella. What we doing?
I can't either.
I hear somebody basketball game in the background.
You're a basketball game in the background. Okay. B. Rise watching the Spurs lose or something. Hey, man.
Yeah.
I just want to set the scene a little bit. A little Tolley time. Wanted to kind of watch the highlights. I didn't know it was that long, but we was going to watch a little highlights from last year, but we'll kind of talk about it later. But the name of this show is Tolley Time at Denton Rhyme. You know, I like the rhyme, so I think that rhyme sound really good.
Oh, yes, that sound like
it sound really good and stuff like that. I'm gonna put a note in the chat for you guys. I want to make sure y'all see that before we bring Tolley on, and then we'll get to it. But man, episode 169 of Dub High School Podcast. And boy, it's been Dub all week. We started out on Sunday with a banger. We did last night. The people have spoken with a banger. And now we back with a coach that is absolutely going to be a banger in the Metroplex, man.
Oh, yes,
what
sir.
it do, J Mac?
What it do? Man, you're right though. It's been a banging week, man. Just hell for the Dub and this old crazy weather. It's just been crazy. It's been eventful.
No doubt. I put if y'all see the notes in the back or whatever, I just kind of put that in there and we'll be ready to roll. B Rise, what it do, homie?
Man, what up, fellas? Man, this weather, man, I got like a little cough, man, for some reason. This weather, I don't know what. Like I said, that hot cold, man, got me a little under the weather, fella. But all is well, man. But man, we started a hot Sunday. Man, yesterday was a banger, and tonight, man, we rolling, man. It's a good week for the Dub. Hey, we consistent this week. Hey, we have been inconsistent in a minute.
Well, I don't even know what this comment means right here. What the hell is going on?
That you got to hit that remove.
He's so gone.
But I ain't gonna lie, we've had some weird commenters come in the last couple of weeks that we've been having to ignore stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's a
it's
little
been
selfish right there. I don't know. I don't know. Hey,
Yeah, he probably need to block his. He don't need to be saying nothing else.
Man, talk that talk. Hey, but no, man, we gonna get right to it. We're gonna do one of them short shows like Coach Carr managed to do. I don't know how he was able to pull it off last night, but we're gonna do that same thing tonight, man. We got the great Tolley. It's Tolley time. Shay Tolleson, welcome to the Dub.
Appreciate you guys, man, for having me.
He's back.
What up, Coach?
He's back.
He just wearing red this time. He ain't got the green on.
Yes.
My paycheck used to be green, now it's red.
It's been the same though, don't it?
You're the same, Coach.
So I got to talk with Coach in the background for quite a bit. And man, just the deal with coaches when they have to change jobs and stuff, man, the moving process is hard. Coach is literally at his house in Waxahachie right now that he only gets to go to once or twice a week, and then has to spend the rest of the time in Denton.
Yeah, I come home on Wednesday nights and weekends.
God, that's tough. That's tough. So, man, welcome to the Dub. We've had you on a couple of times before. And, man, just kind of want you, first of all, just kind of roll back before we get to Denton Ryan and stuff and just talk about how proud you are of the Waxahachie program and to the point that you got it to last year where you guys was just a victory away from state.
Absolutely. Well, first off, I'm not sitting in this chair now if it wasn't for this program, the people involved in it, these coaches, these kids, the administration that allowed me to come here and be a small part of it, and be just a steward of that program for 5 years. Very fortunate. Just because, I'm coached at Denton Ryan and we had that so much success. If I would have went out as a head coach and didn't do well, I wouldn't have been able to come back. But man, super proud of those kids. And it's so hard leaving a group of kids that you love so much. And my mentor told me, when you make the decision and you take this job and you leave, you need to leave. You don't need to linger around. It makes it hard. And I told the Waxahachie kids, because some of them were upset, some of them are mad, which I get it. It's tough too when you grow up. I coach a lot of kids in one-parent homes, and I grew up with my high school coach and my grandmother. So my dad was in prison my whole life. So when you leave kids who don't have already, men walking out, and then here you are, their high school coach that you're telling them you're in the thick with them and you're leaving. So it made it tough. So there's a lot of kids that were upset with it, and a lot of kids were sad, and then some kids were understandable and excited. But I told them, like I told Jaquan Snell, my safety, I said, man, I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. If you don't graduate, my butt will stay. How about that? And because you're about to leave me in a year. So how about that? It was, but no, this place is special. The community here is second to none. They love their football. They love their Indians. They made it really hard to leave, and it's, that place up north, where I'm at now. It's unexplainable. But the last two head coaches there retired there, one 14 years, one 12 years. And that's just a credit to that administration up there and how good it is and the kids. And I knew I only had one chance at it to do it. I was kind of hoping maybe Coach Hennigan would wait one more year so Cade can finish his senior year in Waxahachie. But man, it didn't work out that way. And I told him, this is not for everybody. Tough men make tough decisions. And now you're getting prepared for the college life. You're about to go back to somewhere you don't know a lot of people. And you're going to be kind of new. You do know some kids there because you were there in the 6th grade. But man, hey, I wouldn't do it without you, because if you're going to do this with me and come up here and Denton Ryan and get this thing, the bar raised, and it's kind of hard to raise a bar when you at a place that's been to 7 state championships, and it's so historic, the things that Joey Florence has done and Dave Hennigan's done. So, but he looked at me and says, Dad, if he retires, then that's our sign. And he did. He retired, and that's all. That's history.
No doubt. Is it safe to say that this is probably one of the only jobs that you would have left Waxahachie for?
Right.
that it is the only one. I've had opportunities the last 5 years here, that came up, but there was only one that was ever going to move my needle. And it's here. Number one, because I know how important it is to Joey Florence. I know how important it is to the people there, and my job is to make sure I keep it as close to the Ryan way as possible. And because not everybody can go in there and understand the day and day operations of that program and the type of kids that are there, and the coaches, and again, that place is great because of them too. But that the principal Vernon Reeves there and his staff, it makes it a place you go and you don't leave. And you just look at the tenure of coaches there. Coaches don't leave to go be an assistants everywhere else. They go and become coordinators, or they go and they leave there and they become head coaches. That's how good it is to work there and work under the administration of Vernon Reeves, the principal and the athletic director, Joey Florence, Conroy Hines, and David Thomas. All those guys, they make it fun, and you got a chance to win it every year.
All righty. I need you to rank his suit game. How's the suit game? Was he on point with this one?
Is that what he came on with the last time? I think it is, isn't it?
that's when he got introduced as the head coach.
Yeah. He's got it, man. He's from the old school, but no, I've been around Junior a long time. The last 5 years, whatever, and I think he's the bright man for the job. I couldn't be more happier than anybody get it than him, and pray that this community wraps their arms like they did me around him and give him the support that he needs to be successful.
No doubt. Speaking of the support of the community, did you get a lot of free meals in the community in these one school, one horse styles and stuff? They normally take care of you, like head coach, right?
They do a lot for the head coach. I'm telling you, you are, I truly believe the head football coach in a one horse town is as important as the superintendent. I really believe that. And they take care of you.
No doubt. All right. And then I might ask one more question and then I pass it on to the fellas. Man, I heard that you got a great move in coming in, man. And when I heard about this move in, I was like, God, dog, Denton Ryan just got better. They just got better right there with this move in kid right here, man. What can you say about this kid going into the senior year?
Well, I put my best recruiting speech on him. And his dad did move for athletic reasons. It wasn't hard. And you guys don't know this. But since he was oh my gosh, he was on that sideline ever since the first grade, running up and down Cowboy Stadium at the Star. He's grown up just in that locker room on that bus. And I'm telling you, as much as he loves Ryan, it was really hard to leave his teammates here at Waxahachie. He loves those guys to this day. He wants a dang Letterman jacket that's half Waxahachie, half Raider. But he's all in. I think for him, it's state championship or bust, because that's what he's going back for. He wants it. He wants to bring it back there. It's an historic program, and he wants to have his name etched in that program. So he's excited.
Hey, shout out Jay Mackin at his finest. All right.
Hey, this is the first time we actually heard someone say they moved for athletic reasons.
Fast, Jay.
Breaking news.
It's beautiful though.
So Coach, like you said, you left Hatch. Just show pain. What do you think about Hatch chance of making it to state this year?
Well, I walked away from a loaded cupboard. I think that the talent's there. I think they have everything that they need to do it. Obviously, you got to stay healthy. I don't care how good you are. You got to win the games you're supposed to win. Surprise one or two that you're not supposed to win. I think Coach Williams understands that, and I think he's getting those guys ready. I think the culture, that's one thing I was proud that the administration stayed in-house to keep that mindset, that culture there. And if they stay healthy and they play great defense and get the ball back to Jerry Meyer and those guys, I think they're going to be fine.
And talking about the new landscape of 5A, D1, no, Alito League. So then y'all get DeSoto. So let's talk about the landscape of 5A in this new alignment. How you feel about it?
Well, I mean, obviously, it's not no news. I feel like we have the better draw to get there. I think DeSoto's going to do well on their side, and they're obviously going to face a lot tougher road than I will in the initial. But you still got to win. You got to respect all those teams that you're going to face. We're not guaranteed anything. I know just by our draw, people think that it's automatically going to be us and DeSoto. I don't worry about that. I don't even think about them right now. It's April, so we got to make sure that we're taking care of us first. And it's going to be, it's going to be a challenge either way it goes, because I think 5AD1 is some teams in there that are just as good as most 6As. Where it gets into it is it's the trenches that you see at the biggest difference from large 5A to big 6A. I think there's some unbelievable teams here, well coached teams in our road and the other side of the bracket. So it's just one of those deals. It's got to stay healthy. Have obviously great talent, great coaching, and hopefully the ball bounces our way.
Yes, sir. That's all I got for him, Pat.
All right. J Mac, what you got, boss man?
What's going on, Coach? I ain't gonna lie, I was a little disappointed, Coach. I was hoping you finished that ride out with Hatch. Because I really thought this was, and I still do. I think this is the year for new Hatch.
He's muted.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Coach? He can't hear
Coach,
me, Pat.
Can you hear J Mac?
I cannot.
Oh wow.
Let me go out and come back in. Cause my stuff been tripping.
Okay, I had you come back out and come back in. Okay. Yeah, he was just kind of alluding to the fact that he felt like he hate that you left at this particular time, because he felt like this was the year that Hatch was going to kick that door down, and just kind of want to have your thoughts to, like you said, it really is a timing thing, because you didn't know if Hennigan was going to retire and this door will open. You probably were fully expected to come in and play in that district. First of all, how does that district, I'm pretty sure you had a chance to look at it. How does that district shape up to you? They tried to recreate the district of Boom in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's in a little bit aspect, it might have been top to bottom, maybe a little tougher, in my opinion. Maybe not as much speed below your Duncanville and your North Crowleys. I still think it's really, really tough. My whole goal was to, number one, yes, to win it all, but to get Waxahachie on a stage that's year in and year out competing. And when I got to Waxahachie, all I heard when they said District of Doom, they wasn't talking about Waxahachie. They were talking about Duncanville, DeSoto, and Cedar Hill. So that pissed me off every time I heard District of Doom, because I kept telling the kids, I ain't talking about you.
Damn.
So that was my obviously goal to get it at that level, to not just be in a game, but actually win the game, but I think it's still a very, very respectable district, even with the Mansfields coming in. And again, I think last year was too. I think Lancaster had, to me, some of the best talent out there, and Cedar Hill as well. So yeah, you lose those two. So I don't know if the speed is going to be the same below, in my opinion, because I think Cedar Hill and Lancaster DeSoto was very, very fast in a lot of ways. But no, we'll see how it comes out. And back to your question, when he said as far as leaving it, it was hard, man. It really was. There was no expectation of leaving Waxahachie, and that was the only one that I thought if happened. And me and Coach Hennigan, we were at the DeSoto South Lake Carroll. We were in the end zone watching that game, and that's what we were talking about. Hey, if I was to do this, what's your thoughts? If this comes down the pipe, so he was kind of talking to me, as a mentor. Man, listen, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to take Christmas break, but you better have a decision because the decision's going to be made if this is something you want to get your name into, whatever. So it was actually at the South Lake Carroll DeSoto game. But no, it was a hard decision. No way about it. We love our house here. We love Waxahachie. It was hard, but there was only one that have our hearts that would get us to go. And that's the decision was made. But no, back to the Waxahachie, I think they're going to do great. I do. I think they got the quarterback. They got some holes to fill in the secondary defensively, but I think they'll find them. But I'm telling you, if you got a great quarterback, you play great defense, and you don't make mistakes in the kicking game, you're gonna be in every game.
No
I
doubt.
love it. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right, Coach, I'm back. And,
All right.
Storm been messing with me out here, but I heard you talking about Hatch. I just wonder when you look at this Denton Ryan team and the battles they've had, and now that you going over there, how far off do you see this Ryan team compared to where Waxahachie is headed?
You talking about like just compare what's in house then and what's in house at Waxahachie, or like right now?
like the possibility. Like I'm thinking it could be. We could very well see Ryan and Waxahachie in AT&T.
Yeah, I tell you, man, I think the skill is very similar. The biggest thing about the Ryan team right now is I think they're very, very talented. A lot of talented players because they were really good last year. So the talent they have right now, to me, and everybody's like, "Well, you're young," but we're really not. The only problem is they don't have a lot of game experience. So if they're young anywhere, it's experience. It's not grade. There's a lot of 27s. We're very senior heavy on offense. Very senior heavy on offense. And somewhat semi heavy on defense. So there's a lot of seniors on that football field that I go to every day, but they don't have a lot of game experience, if that makes sense to you. Waxahachie, all those kids have been in the battles. They've got a lot of game experience for the most part, especially offensively. So that would be the biggest difference. And then obviously in the trenches, I think when you and we're there in the defensive line and at Ryan. I think every one of those kids are over 300-pound benchers, and that's what you want. You want a strong football team. I think if you got a football team that's power clean over 250 pounds throughout your program, I think you're a strong football team. And I think we're close there. I know Waxahachie is by far past that because I was there and I watched them putting in the work, and I think their old linemen are all of them are over 300-pound benchers. So they're ahead of us in that aspect, and they got great talent up front. I think they got 3 Division I offensive linemen that will maul you, and so I think that's the biggest thing for the most part. Is Waxahachie's got a lot of scars on them versus a lot of talent that didn't run that just hadn't been in the fight yet.
So the talent you're saying that didn't run now, are those because they was on JV or they was just backups on varsity?
If you look at their team last year, they were 12-2. Excuse me. They were playing the regional finals just like we did. They were really talented, really talented. So I think there's a lot of talented kids that have played backup roles behind really talented kids, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just and they played some, but if you just put all their plays together, it's not a lot. It's not a lot, and so. I'm talking about quality in the game when the game matters. They got in when they were in some blowouts, but I've got to see how they respond when it's neck to neck. The talent is equal because we're talented, but we're going to get into a year where the talent's equal, and how you're going to respond. What's going to come down to fundamentals and technique, and that's where. When you got a good football team, they fall back on their fundamentals and technique. They fall back on their training. The bad teams they fail, they break to adversity and they quit and you look up and you're getting whooped. So I think that's the biggest thing with this Ryan team is we got to get some games under their belt and hopefully scheduling Louisville, scheduling Timberview, which I think is very talented. Respect for Chakotay, and then Northwest Eaton, 6A team. hopefully we'll learn a lot about us early with those groups, and hopefully we can come out of non-district with a winning record.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Coleman about that game. He looking forward to that game. He feel like that's a really good test for his guys too.
Oh yeah, that was a good test for him last year. It was close. Timberview had it was a close game all the way to the end. Ryan ended up pulling it out, but like I said, he's always going to have his kids playing hard.
Yeah. That's my guy right there.
Yeah,
he gonna get it too. I'm expect that might be the team that shot some folks. That's my dark horse over there in 5AD2.
I'll make sure I put that on the locker room tomorrow.
Yeah. But now, Coach, what we talk about your defense. With your son coming over, I'm pretty sure he stepped right in as a leader of that defense, playing in the middle. Is the defense you feel will be the backbone of this team?
Every great team I've ever been a part of, even the 2 state champion appearance teams at Ryan, I think you always got to play great defense to win it all. I really do. I'm not saying you're not going to be elite at quarterback or elite on offense. I think that if you don't stop nobody, you don't beat nobody. And I think I've never been in just a shootout, score at will game. So I heavily will lean on. Obviously, I think a great team also will complement each other. If our defense is having a bad night, offense comes through. But seeing where the age is and the experience, I think most experience is coming on the defensive side than it is our offense at Den Ryan. Like I said, there's a lot of talented kids on that side of the ball, but they just don't have any. They haven't had any deposits yet in real game. It's neck to neck. How are you going to figure out how to win? How are you going to make sure that you get that first down? That's what you have to see that we're working towards right now.
Okay, and last one. I know he just got a handful of plays this past year, but are we gonna get John Riggins Jr., the Rock, a lot on offense this year?
You talking about Cade?
Yes.
He's definitely gonna touch it more than he did last year. Didn't really have to have him last year, but he is. But he better get in shape because I ain't gonna. If he falls out there, I ain't going to get him. So he better not go down with cramping either. But that is the plan. We got to make sure that we organize our practice in such way that, unlike last year, he was a backup plan for an injury. He was a get us out of a game in case of a bad injury for him to be in the game. But this year he'll be a big part of what we're doing offensively.
Okay, so let me fullback or tailback. He tailback now.
Tailback, yep.
Man, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the two-way player, man. I love it.
Well, I mean, he gets a lot of slack by, running track. I think he was on our 4x anchor leg on our 4x. He PR'd this year at 10.7. I told him, don't tell anybody you're white. If anybody asks you with his college coaches, tell them you're light skinned.
That's it.
If anybody calls
or Italian.
Just so you know, I'm light skinned when they call you. So if they ask you about running back, because he's been offered to play at the military academies, Army, Navy, Air Force, to play tailback. And I said, just when those college coaches ask you, just say, hey, coach, you just know I'm light skinned. That's all you need to know. And they wouldn't worry about it.
That's it. He definitely got that speed, man. I can't wait to see it. That sounds great.
Yeah, he's excited. He really is.
No doubt. We got the great Coach Carr on the show. And Coach Carr, before you ask any questions of Coach Tolley, just remember that Coach Hennigan called offensive plays for 12 years and won something. So I'm just saying. I don't know. I found it out in the pre-show. So just kind of.
Oh, so you telling me the 2 championship seasons Coach Henderson called plays? Coach Henry did.
Well, he called them all 12 years. I mean, if you're only going to measure him off the 2 state championship years, and
well, that's the only thing I'm measuring off of. To be honest.
Hey, that's that. Hey, listen, that batting percentage right there is kind of low, Coach. If he going off of two state championships for 12 years, Coach, he almost
I'm
at
going off wins and losses.
8%.
Yeah.
But
I
now,
think there was
Coach,
like seven undefeated regular season games. I don't know, in a row. I mean, I
yeah,
Just a
call a
Hall of
little bit.
Famer. He's just a Hall of Famer. That's all.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Coach.
Wait a minute. And he got a NFL with the Indianapolis
Yeah.
Colts.
Coach, we don't argue with greatness, Coach. We don't. Coach, we don't argue with greatness, Coach. We don't do that. We let the great ones go, Coach. Don't bring him up. Coach, got a question. Okay, man, why you leave the South Side, baby?
Oh, see, that's what happened. You joined late.
Oh, am I late? Did y'all already ask that? Okay,
Well, technically, he's still in the South Side.
Yeah, he's literally in Waxahachie right now in his house, enjoying that Southern cuisine.
Is it up for sale, Coach? Is it up for sale?
For the right bidder, you got it.
You need to call out. You need to call the A game, Coach. You need to get him on it.
I'm
Aaron
telling
Valencia,
you,
Coach.
I will.
Call
37 days, get too long.
Yeah. Oh, you ready? Oh, so yeah, you ready to go, Coach? He's squatting right now. He ain't he ready to get up out of there. Coach, I got a question for you. So you're a defensive coach, right? So explain to me from a defensive line standpoint, if you can, for me. Okay. How do you teach the defensive end on the backside of zone read when they're responsible for the quarterback on the down block?
Well, first off, in this day and age of football, you better put the right guy at end if you're going to tackle a quarterback in the league we just came out of. So your personnel better be right. It better not be a D lineman that played D lineman in middle school, because if they play D line in middle school, they're probably going to be an O line in high school. We're trying to get big. If they're D ends, where they're a biscuit away to be a D tackle, a big running back will end up being a D lineman, a big safety will end up being grow his way into an outside linebacker. An outside linebacker grows his way into a defensive end. But on a down block, obviously we key the knee, the offensive tackle's kneecap, and we don't look at the football, because when I fight people, I don't look away. So I'm looking at his knee. If the knee goes away, I'm periffing the ball with your peripherals. But so if the knee goes away, we call it, people call it sit and surf. You take the cutback away with your arm, but you take the quarterback away with your eyes. And once the ball's declared, he's given it, you can always fall back in, but you take the air out. The gap is always going to move. The tackle's always going to leave you. So we always talk to our defensive ends about taking the air out of the football, take the air out of the gap with your arm, put your hand on that offensive tackle's hip. Your arm's the cutback, your eyes are quarterback. That's how we play it.
Do you teach your defensive end to reach on the down block with two hands?
No, I don't.
Why not? Why not, Coach?
Well, because if I'm reaching with two, you talking about reaching and touching the tackle with two hands?
Correct, Coach.
Okay, well that means your shoulders are now going to turn, and I don't want my shoulders turned when a quarterback's now has got a foot race to the sideline. I want to stay parallel to the line of scrimmage.
Thank you, Coach. And part of the reason why I was late, Coach, is I was having a conversation with a young coach, and I was explaining to him why I teach it the way that you do, and they want to tell me why they teach the way that they do, and it feels good to hear a legend, say that. So I got another question because other things came up in the conversation. I ain't talked to you about this backstage, so this is fair game. So if you say something wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, right? So it don't matter. How do you teach when you have your nose going from one A gap to the opposite A gap?
So you're crossing the center space.
Correct.
Well, to me, we call it an LCV, which is a line charge variation. It's a movement. So we'll be obviously heavy on the shade nose, which again, any movement that we do crossing his face, we try to stay as square as possible when we cross face. I get it. You know, I'm an old D-line coach from the college level, so we lead with our heel because if your foot aims, that's where your pad level is going to go. But if you lead with your heel, therefore your toe stays straight. If you lead with your heel, and then your next step will be vertical. So it's a 45-degree jump step, I guess, crossing his face. We'll lead rip, bicep to ear, and cross the center's face. I try not to. You don't. Your pad level's got to be down. You make sure that the D-line understands that. We should see the top of your head because if we see your face, your pad levels come up. And the next thing we do when we cross his face, our eyes go to the adjacent offensive lineman's knee. That knee tells me whether a ricochet, if it's zone coming to me, or the knee goes away, I'm now in the hip pocket of the play. And if it's a double, then I'm low pad and I'm splitting the double. But I try to stay square.
I'm square already. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Great answer. Coach, I love you, Coach. All right. So, with that being said, why don't you want them to turn their shoulders?
Because you're going to get washed.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, you'll get washed, and the gap will. And again, if it's a certain stunt,
And hold on, and the gap will do what, Coach?
it's going to move. Yeah,
And it's gonna get wide too,
it'll
right?
get bigger. Yeah, it'll get bigger. You don't want to. And again, that's a run movement. When you're just wanting to cross the center's face, you don't want to turn your shoulders. Now there is stunts that you can run out there. The NCAA stunt where you make your DN go from a 5 to an A gap. Well, you can't. Obviously, you can't stay square doing that. So we call it a long stick. Your long stick is now where you will turn because you're actually going
Right,
from a 5 to a 1 or a shade. But that's different. That's
Yeah,
different
you're
than
going to the
crossing
hip
the
of the center.
face.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, but that's crossing
Correct.
two gaps. So you cannot stay square doing that.
Correct.
Um,
Correct.
and
You
then
have
you got to
to
make
step
sure.
and yes, sir. And then you want to turn your shoulder right.
Yeah, but then that's two gaps over. So if it's zone away, you better get there. So that's a little different. I don't know if they're coaching that, but if you're just crossing from B to A or A to A, both backside, you want to make sure that your shoulders are squared, and it literally is a 45-degree L step going. You want vertical penetration on all your movements. So if you turn your shoulders, you're going to get washed.
Thank you, Coach. Golly, Coach.
Yeah,
Thank you, Coach.
that's
That
free
was
too, by
good.
the way. That's for the dub.
There you go.
No,
Free
hey,
game.
Coach.
I appreciate it, Coach.
We appreciate the game, Coach. We appreciate
Yeah.
that, and we're gonna cut that up, Coach. So
Oh,
you
we
might see
definitely
that
gonna
going
cut
around.
that up. We put. Hey, but now, Coach, real quick. Pat, put that picture back up of Coach at Denton Ryan.
Gotcha. Here we go.
Now, Coach, I gotta ask you, Coach. When you got the job at Waxahachie, what you do, like double time in the weight room or something? Cause you awful slim right there.
Yeah, it's called that. It's called that head coaching pressure. Instead of curling, it's that 10 o'clock on the way home. How bad am I about to crush this Whataburger?
Oh my goodness.
That's the discussion. I appreciate the taking the shot though.
No, I mean no. You weigh like you talk about everybody else 300, bitch, Coach. You probably get the 300 yourself.
Yeah, I used to, not anymore.
Yeah, I was like, Coach kind of slim, but it didn't. So now I gotta ask, who got the better eat spots? Waxahachie or didn't?
Oh, they all got some good spots. Then just got more of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is
Waxahachie is getting there, boy. They got a little restaurant row going on. I like what they got going.
They do.
About that. All right, so we got some district realignment stuff going on, and man, I looked at y'all district, and I thought I was looking at SOC district, but it's just it look like it ain't hard to navigate. I don't know. So how many preseason games y'all got? 3, 4? What you got? 1, 2, 3,
Well, we're
4,
supposed to have 4. We were unable to secure week 4, so we're actually have 2 bye weeks. So we only got a 9 game season. So it was couldn't find that 4th opponent.
Oh, that sucks. So, all right, I heard you mention in Timberview earlier. Who are the other non-districts?
Northwest Eaton, and then Louisville. Okay. Oh man, we couldn't get a Alito on there. I think y'all owe Alito or something. We do. We We do.
Do you kind of miss not being in that one? Because that was for the last few years. That's been the big rival.
Yeah, it has been, and it was back in the early 2000s too. And then kind of they went D2 for a long, long time, and they bumped up to D1. Because they beat them not this year, obviously in the regionals. They beat them last year in the regionals, and then we end up losing to Highland Park in the semis in 24.
Right.
It's always a good game. It is. It's a back and forth deal. That's just the way rivalry should be. I have utmost respect. We don't fear them, but we respect them. So
Who the rival now?
That's what I was about to say, J-Mac. Who the rival
well,
now?
to me, when I go into it, everybody, I know some people put more weight into one, but I think if you rest on your laurels and make one bigger than the other, then you might get slipped up, on. So I think every game for me, moving forward, it's tough to play on some of these games to make sure your kids respect them, but that's the challenge, is to respect all, fear none approach to that whole district, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah. So,
Hey, Coach, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to allude to Coach Carr. They kind of have to go through that same thing on a yearly basis as well. But go ahead, Coach Carr.
Oh no, I was to even speak on that though, Pat. I think that's the one thing that I think coach is gonna really excel at. It's kind of gonna suck because you're coming from a district where it's like week in and week out. You know what I'm saying? It's a gauntlet. You know what I mean, from top to bottom. You kind of going into a district this year, or have you? When you was at Den before, have you coached against any of these teams, or most of these teams gonna be your first time getting a
Oh
chance to
no,
see them?
I've coached. Yeah, I've coached. I think against every one of them. Maybe not the Saginaw's. That might be different, but the Shermans, the Azles, the Denton High, Fossil Ridge, all those are familiar opponents. But you're right. Being an 11-6A, man, there's no, man. Hopefully we can get healthy this week.
Right,
There's
right.
none of that, and not making any excuses. You got to beat whoever's on your schedule. But I think it was the SEC of high school football when you're going from Alabama to Georgia to Texas, and we just come off a large high beating Duncanville, and then we wasn't healthy going in, and that's the worst place you can be on, is on top of the mountain trying to get high school kids to come back down from a mountain, because you guys, social media doesn't let them, because they want to hear how great they are, and then you go on the road and play a really good DeSoto team and get your teeth kicked in. So that's a tough challenge for those kids to do. And you want to play those guys. You want to have a really good game, a hard, tough game, and then maybe a few in between before you got to get up for the next one, because having in that district, and I think that's what helps you in the playoffs, though. I really do.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
district we were in, because I mean we've seen it all. There's nobody going to surprise you coming out of that. That's the big thing for Waxahachie, is you're not. I kept telling our kids, nobody's going to be faster than what you've already seen. Not one person. We just got to figure out who wants it, them or us. And the wolf climbing the mountain is always hungrier than the one at the top, and we're climbing it. So it's one of those deals. And then that's the biggest challenge with kids, is not is the up and down, and teaching kids how to practice at an elite level. So games are slow.
No
How
doubt.
did you take that mentality that you learned by playing week in and week out, as far as preparation and things like that, the mentality that you had to equip your kids with as you was turning the page year in and year out, and going to Denton Ryan at a program that has had that level of success, and now kind of like for you, it's kind of like bringing that Southern sector mentality or whatever you learned down here up no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what are some of the things that you're taking and some of the things that you've learned being at Waxahachie, now going back to Denton Ryan?
Well, and Denton Ryan, obviously, in the years that I were there, I think we were nine. I was 91 and 9 in the time I was at Denton Ryan the first time. So we won a lot and didn't lose a lot. And sometimes you get in complacency. Sometimes it came with the added pressure of it's either state or nothing, you're bust. And that was always a challenge to those guys. But I tell you what, learning at Waxahachie, and I used to tell the kids at Denton all the time is we're going to face somebody that's equally as talented we are. When the talent is equal, how are we going to respond? And I don't know if we ever walked out there and was just overly talented at Waxahachie than everybody else. I think we were as talented, but we wasn't just walking out there and just overly talented than everybody else. And so that was what was good for me to be a part of that. And it starts with your coaching staff, because if your coaching staff is not speaking the same language as you, if the left hand don't know what the right hand is doing, I think that's where you're going to get in trouble. Because because kids are they're sight buyers, and they don't believe liars. And when you try to fake it to them about the importance of a step, a pad level, a hand placement, the details of the situation, whether it's third down, red zone, whatever it is, if your coaching staff is not selling the same thing, you're in trouble. Because at some point, I'm like dad. I'm the head coach. I talk. At some point, they're gonna start listening to me like Charlie Brown. Want 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 want. And that's the worst thing that can happen. So you got to have that different voice in your staff to make sure you're preaching that message to those guys that elite teams do this every week. They go up and up and up. Average teams do this. They either play down to their opponent, they play up, they play down. I want to treat, whether it's an 0-10 team, I want to treat them like Alabama. And I love what the Indiana coach said. I want to carry on to that. I'm not just trying to beat teams. I'm trying to beat the hell out of them. And there's a difference. I think if you have that mentality going into those things, and that's why you saw his team play with that kind of swagger. They're not trying to win the game. They're trying to beat the crap out of you. And there's a difference. And I think that's the thing you got to make sure your staff understands. And then because whatever culture you have at the top will come alive at the bottom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the one thing working with Todd, is that type of mentality. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He'll sit here and tell you he not gonna run up the score on him, right? But there's
Mm-hmm.
two different levels of beating the hell out of somebody, right?
Right.
Um, so one of the things I always talk about, as a coach, as a program, particularly with the defensive line, this year was we're going to be more physical than you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to punch you in the mouth, play in and play out. We're going to figure out if this B-back coming across formation, how many times do he want to keep coming and get hit in the
Mm-hmm.
mouth before he turned the ball up? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? How
Mm-hmm.
physical do you want to be? How much are you willing to impose your will on somebody? And that mentality we was talking. We had who's the coach we had on J Matt? That had the Cordays of the world. Where is it? He just got a new job. Where is he from?
Oh,
Um,
Alvarado coach. He had Hutto now.
Alvarado.
Yeah.
Okay, correct. So we were sitting there, we was talking, right, about taking that next step. What does that next step look like, right? How do you get your guys to buy into that elite level mentality, right? A lot of coaches don't ever coach their kids' mentality.
Mm-hmm.
They tell them about their steps. They tell them where to put their hands. They tell them
Yeah.
about their keys. But do you really coach their mentality? Because the mentality is going to dictate everything that you do.
Mm-hmm.
It is 100% going to dictate who you are, who you become, how you control yourself in stressful situations. So a lot of times we made it a point for our guys to understand the level of physicality because it was processed through them, not necessarily just being physical, because we didn't even hit a lot, but a mentality. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be the one caught in film. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, you turning away. What you doing? Because they started calling cats out. Then they'll
Right.
call them out in practice and be like, when you see it on film, they'll be like, oh, see, you be doing that in practice.
Yeah.
That mentality is going to dictate that culture, and that culture will be able to take kids to places they've never been before and programs. So, yeah. That's why I like working with y'all.
Absolutely.
It's dope.
Yeah, and I think that it grows men. All males are men, or all men are males, but not all males are men. So it really treats to the mindset of, and you talk about taking them places when they get in a room, whether some people say they don't belong in that room, in their mind they belong in that room. And I think when you it brings me back to the Pygmalion effect, and I don't and the Pygmalion effect is it's all about how you treat someone. You treat a man as he is, he remains as he is. But if you treat a man as he should be and he could be, he becomes what he should be and he could be. If you treat them in a way, talk to them in a way, I'm not saying detrimental, I'm not saying talk down to them. If you treat someone as they are and you mold them as their physical, violent, mental toughness, put them in situations, tell them, I tell our kids all the time, don't take nothing off of them. Don't take nothing off of them. Their mama signed up them in football. They signed rank 1. They know what they were getting into. Don't take nothing off of them. And then when you treat someone in a certain way, they start believing themselves that way. And then when you start believing in yourself in that way, you start treating others in a way, and then they start treating you back in a way that reaffirms what you've already been thinking about yourself. It's called the Pygmalion effect. And I think that's what you're kind of alluding to. And I think Todd probably does a great job of that. I don't know him personally, but outside looking in and watching him play, that's how you get 17, 18, 19-year-old men to run through a wall, to run through another human. And I tell them all the time, hey, we're gonna break our neck trying to break their neck. And hey, if that's the price it happens, then that's the way God had it to be. But if you're gonna put on this uniform, it's not for everybody. And I think that's the mentality you're talking about. Because I think if you play slow, you play timid, you get hurt. And so this is the greatest sport that's ever been created for young men by far. Nothing against basketball or baseball. It's a spectacle. It's an unbelievable event that happens one day a week, one night a week, for everybody to see. And I think that it teaches so much us young men. I know you guys know this, but it just teaches us young men how to compete, how to get our freaking head knocked off and get back up, come back to work the next day, have success, how to handle success, have failure, how to handle failure. Truly believe in that, and I think this is the last frontier of a sport that will teach our young people how to deal with life. And I tell our kids all the time, football is not all about life, but life is all about, or life's not about football, but football is all about life. It teaches you that, but it's not a speech, it's not a quote on a wall. And I bet you Todd will tell you the same thing. You got to live it. You got to model it. It's got to be everything. It's got to be everything you talk about in your meetings, your staff. When we have a staff meeting, I have my trainers there. I want my trainers to understand the mentality that we have. I tell them all the time, you handle brain, lungs, and heart. I got the rest. Don't let that kid come in to see you about an elbow, a knee, a wrist, an ankle. I handle the rest. You handle the serious stuff, and I got the rest. But you talk about toughness. It's a toughness throughout your entire program. So you make sure your athletic trainers are present in those meetings. Your coaches, your managers, everybody have to understand when it comes to the toughness, the mental toughness side of it. And I think that will breed into your program through your coaches, though. That's what I'm saying, and it gets to your kids, and they'll start treating people in a certain way. Therefore, those kids will start treating them back in a certain way, reaffirming what they already think about themselves, as they're very, very tough.
And you know what's funny, Coach? Is Jim Harbaugh, he was sitting in a meeting, and he said, you know what? Football is the last masculine sport on earth.
It is. It is.
Like,
100%.
wow.
Hey, coach is teaching a master class on how to set up the program.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. If you weren't listening, shame on you.
He gave away all that free game. Boy, y'all
For
just
real.
Just don't give it to DeSoto. Just tell them they can't subscribe. Y'all show.
Sorry, DeSoto, y'all can't subscribe. They said.
No.
If I know
nothing for free.
Hey, if I know DeSoto, they probably said, "Oh, we already did that. We did that 2 times, but we were doing that 40 years ago.
Probably so.
If you let Lamont say it.
DeSoto, man, but hey.
Oh, Coach, you ain't messing with DeSoto no more, man. Coach.
Yeah, he
Don't hang out
is.
on us.
He can't
he
raise that trophy. He can't raise that
you might have to
trophy.
play him, Coach.
Yeah, he can't raise that trophy without.
He can't raise that trophy. That's why I was thinking. I was like, man, you finally got these cats out the way, and you went to them.
Oh, no, Coach, he just had to go into training. That's the good thing. It ain't like he finna see. He ain't seen DeSoto for the last however many years. You know what I'm saying? He in training. He said he ready. He got his horses. I got mine. You know what I mean? He got his. He ready. Now, Clyde will run the score up on you, Coach, if you get a chance. So.
Oh yeah, I know. And hey, and again, I'm not in that. I come from the coaching tree of I'd rather lose with class than win without it. If we get on somebody, it is, and my coaches hate it, and it hurts your kids. I know it does stats wise, all state, but I truly believe in winning with class. If we get up on somebody, I know it's not always reciprocated by a lot of head coaches, and my coaches they get very frustrated with me when we're up by a lot, and we either run the clock, and I've never done that very many times in my career though, but if we get up and we got a chance to score and we end up kneeling it or whatever, and I'm just trying to honor the football gods and the great men that I got to learn from to make sure that we do that. And if that makes us less of a coach, then I'm gonna be less of a coach because I want to make sure we win the right way after we beat the hell out of them.
Oh, Coach, you got to mash the gas. We got a third string running back that's trying to get a scholarship.
I hear it. Yeah, I get it.
Coach say, yeah, okay. Coach say, yeah, okay. You better get on second team.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, you better get in that rotation.
Oh man, that's too funny. But no, man, it's gonna be a great year. We're not gonna hold you too much longer. I know you got the long travel back tomorrow. Just anything that you want to impart on the dub about what you're bringing to Denton Ryan and what they should expect. And actually, before we go there, just tell me about one, are y'all doing spring, and then two, are there some standout players that we should know about?
No, still subscribing to the no spring. I love the extra week in fall camp. I love the extra scrimmage. And just like right now, our 4x1 is going to regionals. Our 4x2 would be, but we got out of the exchange. I think our 4x2 would have won state. But you go through spring and you're not using those guys anyways, and that's for your top receivers. That's a starting corner that you have. So I think the spring skills for us is the best way for what we do. I'm not saying it's the answer. There's people who do spring and win state championships. There's people who don't do spring and win state championships. So it's got to be whatever you believe in. John, obviously the guys right now that are standing out in Denton Ryan is John Catlin. The third. His dad's an old Denton guy. His brother plays for the Carolina Panthers, Jatavian Sanders. I know y'all probably heard that name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. His younger brother is going to be a corner for us. He's going to play receiver too. He's having a great year in track, and just love his competitive spirit. So I think the secondary is going to be our most veteran group. With John Catlin in there, with Cam Martin, that's a young safety that's picking up a lot of track, just smart. Temperance Epps to Acoy. Juan Garcia Acoy is the other corner, along with Elijah Brown. So our secondary, I think, is going to be pretty good. Christian Ivory is a returning starter from last year. Two linebackers, obviously, Caden, one of them. We have an all-state linebacker from Denton Ryan last year, Mari Ruth. Is going to possibly play there as well, but also he's really good coming off the edge. I think that's where his future is going to be, is coming off the edge at the next level. He's got the fifth longest discus throw in the country with 199.9. I think he's got USC, Oregon, just a lot of stuff going on track wise. He's going to be a powerful kid. JP Morgan, and then you got Big Tank, left defensive end that's nobody knows about that is going to know about when it's all said and done. So there's some good players there. Obviously got a talented running group. Obviously Cade going over there with our running back. Connolly Cunningham is the main returning starting receiver. He's got a lot of Division I working in his favor, and just a lot of young talent that we're going to see. I think we have a Division I kicker. That always helps. Kicker punter. So, no, very excited about this group. Anytime I get a chance to brag on them, they're trying to learn me too, because a lot of these kids were, in the 6th and 5th grade when I was coming through the last time, and they remember us for the most part. But the biggest thing, man, is it's the impact you get to make. I think Denton Ryan kids and Waxahachie kids are very similar in a lot of ways. They're my type of kids I like coaching. You got 2-parent homes, you got no parent home, you got a lot of money, you got some with no money. So it's very cool to see the different types of culture and lifestyles that come into one locker room and to put on that logo and try to win for the city. It's a big thing in Denton. Obviously, you got Denton Geyer down the road. You got Braswell, Denton High. So there's a lot of competition there, just being the better school in Denton. We're actually now the oldest school. It's crazy to say that. But that school is not brick and mortar. It's people. And the people and the staff has been just so amazing to work around, be around. So it's been really, really cool to be back and to pour in these kids. And it's hard with the 27 class because they're seniors. They don't know me like that. So that's the time when I did all the in-home visits. I went to everybody's house on the roster and sitting across from them and getting to know them and their parents and who's paying the bills, sitting across that coffee table and let them know that I'm on a borrowed time with their son. So it's not up to them to build the trust. It's me. And how you build trust is a lot of time spending with them, authentic time with them, and communication and man, just loving them. And so that's what I've been doing all spring. It's been crazy. My house is for sale though, FYI, and that price is negotiable.
Hold on, Coach, why you saying that? So luckily y'all not playing Alito this year because this man is the biggest Alito fan, but I'm gonna run this for you so he can sell your house for you.
Would you buy from this guy? Would you buy from this guy? Or would you buy from this guy? Well, at the Dub, we would. Meet your A-game agent, Aaron Valencia.
Nice interception, Lamel. Bring it home, Wink.
Did someone say home? What's up, everybody? Mia Valencia here. If you're looking for that perfect home, you better call my dad, the A-game agent.
That's right. I'm Lamel Swanson. I'm Caden Wingfield. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, call the A-game agent. He always brings his A-game.
What's up, everybody? Aaron Valencia here, the A-game agent. Call me, 432-349-2884. Go Bearcats.
All right, Coach. So
that's pretty sly right there. That's pretty good. Nice plug.
Hey, that's awesome, Coach.
This is sponsor and a big Alito Bearcat fan. So luckily y'all not playing each other. So he's gonna give you a fair deal. You probably should tap in with him. He'll sell your house and help you buy another house as well.
Sounds good.
All right.
Hey, I see Riley Dodge just gave you a shout out too, Coach. Say you one of the best humans in the business.
Who said that?
Riley Dodge.
Oh man,
there he is, right there, Riley Dodge.
That says a lot, man. He's a good one too. Hey, real knows real. Takes one to know one.
Hey, talk that talk. Real recognize real. Hey, well, with that being said, man, Coach Tolley, we appreciate you stopping by. I know you're tired. You got to travel way back out there from Waxahachie. That's a long drive.
Hey, man, you got to make the sun drive. You supposed to sit back and relax.
Absolutely.
No, he don't drive because I care about y'all's family. Yeah, he drive like he plays.
He all over the field, huh?
All over it.
No, No doubt. But now we just need you to do one thing for us when you get your first victory, which look like it's gonna be pretty easy on that schedule. Denton Ryan, man, just give us a double dub salute. Who gave us the double dub? Who was the double dub?
Oh, that was our man Paul. He boom.
Oh no, Samples.
Boom.
Oh, it was Samples too. It was Samples and who?
Samples and Coach Parr and Anna.
And Anna. Okay, yeah, he gave us the double salute, and then Coach Sam gave us the double salute. Okay, gotcha. So hey, we're pretty sure we'll be seeing a lot of that on the interviews this year. Don't forget about us, Coach. Don't forget about us.
Will not. Samples and Parr. I've battled both of those guys a lot over my career.
No doubt, no doubt.
Hey, those good battles, right, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
Great battles. Great battles. So yeah, no, we look forward to it, Coach. We're gonna keep up with you. If we can ever get out to Denton Way, we may come tour the campus with you and see how that Denton money looks out there. I heard the Coach Hennigan actually invited us out there. We just never got a chance to go out there. So we'll go see how that Denton Ryan money looks and hang out with you. And man, look forward to DeSoto Denton Ryan in week whatever. So I'm excited.
Man, I'm excited about week 2. I want to see Timberview Denton Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm ready for that one.
Yeah, I'm worried about week 1. So y'all get ahead of me. That's rat poison.
I was just trying to get the practice code. He's just trying to get the practice code. He's trying to get to the fall, that first little practice code.
Let's get who the scrimmages, Coach.
We got South Lake and Lone Star.
Ooh.
Shoot, I might have to pop up at a scrimmage.
Man,
that sounds good.
That's going down.
I'm like,
now you will scrimmage Lone Star, knowing that that you might possibly see them in the playoffs.
Yeah. Because the way we scrimmage, it's one of those deals where, I mean, if you're not going to get much, I'm just telling you, you're not going to get much. And then I respect Jeff, and I did it with Riley last year as far as it, and he gets it. You know, we're out there obviously trying to stay healthy, trying to be smart. It's not about winning the scrimmage. It's about getting out healthy. But if he needs to see something defensively or offensively, and that's when you do it with people that you really respect, you can actually gain something out of the scrimmage other than trying to go out there and win a scrimmage. Because he knows that after about 4 clips, my starters are coming out anyway. If they played last year and they started all last year, they're not scrimmaging very much anyway. We're trying to find out who the backup is in case, somebody gets hurt or somebody's is developed, or that third string y'all are talking about need all those reps. Well, here's his chance.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Coach, man, we appreciate you stopping by the Dub.
Yeah, he needs those reps.
The great Tolley. It is Tolley time at Denton Ryan. Y'all enjoy the ride, man. We expect to see you in a state championship game sometime in the near future. But I cannot wait till the DeSoto game. I'm sorry. All right, we'll take it, Coach. Oh man, hey man, Coach was laughing at the Aaron Valencia video too, but I'm gonna have to give him Aaron's number. I'm pretty sure he's gonna give him a good deal on that house. He won't hold Denton Ryan against him. So the A game agent, Aaron Valencia, hey, we're gonna send you Coach Tolley's way. Maybe I can make something happen, and then give me a finder fee. But man. But before we go, and we're not gonna be on her long because I was trying to hit Coach Carr's time with that hour. But the people have spoken last night was amazing. It was the battle of the hair last night between Diggs. I had that, yeah, between Diggs and Solomon Mays right there. Man, whoever did the AI, they made Diggs look 10 times better than they normally do. So shout out. Whoever did that, man, he looked like a wrestler from WrestleMania or something. But I thought that was a great debate last night. Is the series coming back? Are we all in?
Yeah, man. We're gonna try to do as many as we can get done before the season start. See how many we can get done. We got to find some good topics though.
All right, we're gonna stop. I got a topic. Denton Ryan and DeSoto meet. What round would they meet? That's gonna be a topic right there.
That'd be the semifinals. Ooh. That's why Coach ain't studying what you talking about. Like that's week 15. Coach, man, you know what's gonna change between now and the second week of December or the third week or whatever.
Look, I already look who they're gonna match up in the first couple of rounds, bro. So they're gonna get to this semi pretty easy. Like they set it up great for Denton Ryan.
No, it's set up. That's why he didn't want. That's why he said it, and he put it out there that they're not paying attention to it. But like I always tell coaches, y'all can't talk about it, but I can. And I expect to see you there.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that's too cool. You know what? I forgot to ask him about. I wanted to ask him about the Waxahachie Duncanville game because I actually felt like they let one get away. They actually.
I let it go too because I wanted to ask him who was his OC.
Oh, he's bringing the OC with him from Waxahachie.
See, I had questions, man, but I knew you was on the time thing because you had already told me you were trying to do the hour. But I really wanted to dig into that because I just hope he don't let that handicap him at round.
So we got him. Hey, 7-on-7. We got to pass the ball all day long. You know what? Denton Ryan is a traditional passing team. So I think once he gets back over there, he's gonna remember when he was back there with Coach Hennigan and they were tossing the ball all over the place and Sanders and all those great athletes they had back there. I think they're gonna get back to that.
I don't know.
I don't know. Should we bring Coach back on? Coach, wave your hand if you're coming back on. I don't know. Oh no.
Coach might not want to answer the question.
What's up? I got his answer. You ready for my answer?
We're ready.
Yeah.
I'm bringing the offensive coordinator who scored more points on Duncanville than anybody twice in 1 year.
Ooh.
To Denton Ryan.
Ooh, talk that talk.
He does an unbelievable job. He don't handicap. Here's the deal. You got to know you got a KYP. You got to know your personnel. And I think he does it. I wouldn't have brought him to Waxahachie if I didn't think he can do it. I wouldn't bring him to Denton Ryan, a place where it's either win it all or bust. To do it. I coached. I was a college. He was my running back. I coached in college. He was my running back. And I'm obviously biased to him a little bit, obviously personally. Yeah, just because of his path coming up, and I think he reminds me a lot of a young me a little bit because a lot of the times as coaches we don't turn it off. We bring it home with us. I think what makes us great, but it also hurts us relationally and as our family. But I think he thinks about it. He's dedicated to it. He studies it. He's in the car visiting other staffs to make it better. It's I think it's hard, to do some of the things that we do offensively. It's easy when you're loaded everywhere in a sense, but to get everything going in the same direction. Defensively, obviously, I'm biased because I feel like one guy can mess up on the backside, but one guy make a big time play. But in offense, you got to have all 11 going in one direction. And I say all that to say the X's and O's, but the biggest reason I think he's a kid magnet. I think he really loves kids, and I think kids really love to play for him. And that's the biggest thing. And again, I'm not saying he's perfect. I mean, he hates me a lot when I come in there asking him, what the hell are we doing? But I say that to challenge him because I was challenged as a young coach, and there's things that were said to me that really bothered me in the moment. But if you go back and you look later on, it was the right thing to say to me. And that's what I enjoyed working with Joey Florence and Dave Hennigan is they did challenge me. They did not question so much what I did, but ask questions of why I did what I did. Because sometimes we can get in a laser focus, a tunnel, and get stuck in your way. And sometimes it's always have to have somebody, especially older than you, to mentor you and let you see it another way. So I'm pretty sure he's tired of me coming in there and questioning some of the stuff that we do and asking. But I do know that it's very important to him. He understands the expectations. And when I called him to offer him the Waxahachie job, It was very difficult because I could have offered him the first time I got down there. But you have to understand, but when you coach a player and they become part of your family in a sense, and your wife, has been there since he was in college, and he knows my kids, and now I really enjoy that relationship. But now I'm about to offer him a job of being my offensive coordinator, knowing if it don't go well, I will fire you. And that's the conversation that we had. And it was very difficult for me to cross that. Okay, I love him, but if it don't go well, he will be fired. And he understands that. And that now our relationship's forever changed, even though he knows I love him. But at the end of the day, that is reality of this profession. Because if I don't do well, guess what? My W-4 is going to change. So
Yeah, it is. The office gonna get smaller too.
yeah, 100%.
No doubt, no doubt.
But
Hey,
but
Coach,
back to your question. That's why I was just going to let you know about that's my main reason why I think he's the next head coach in a great program, and I wouldn't think twice to bring him with me.
all right,
Yeah,
Coach.
coach. I ain't gonna lie. I put a lot of blame on him. A lot of pressure. I own up to it because I want nobody to say, "Oh, Jay, man, No, I did. And I don't know him from a rice and beans. He can come up here and knock my head off. I wouldn't even know who he is. So I get it, right? So I get it. But I was just a little crazy. I just felt like Waxahachie could have been even more. Offense could have even been more than what they was. And they was good. They had two great running backs, a great receiver, a really good quarterback. I love the offensive line. Like, I just felt like, I just felt it was some meat left on the bone.
Yeah, well, and I'll say this too. There's a lot of takeaways from the Duncanville game, but I don't. Nobody really knows this. I guess you guys might if you know the history of Denton Ryan and Highland Park. But 16, 17, and 18, we played semis and played Highland Park and got beat 3 years in a row.
Yeah,
3 years in a row.
Jerry
Felt
Jones
like
got some.
felt like the Buffalo Bills, man. I mean, we just could not get over the deal. But we finally beat them in 20. I don't think we would have beat them in 20 if we didn't have those losses. And the reason I say that and compare it to Duncanville, I think when you get in that game, some of these kids have never been in that game. That's why I think Waxahachie is to me is the team to beat, because it's hard to think this way in the moment when you do get beat, but you really don't know how to win those games until you're in those games. And I think for the most part, I think the game got bigger than we let the moment get bigger than it needed to be. And but I told the kids after the game, I said, you're going to win this game next year because now you know what it's like. And if when you're playing Highland Park 3 years in a row and you're getting beat, and we had to figure out how to win it. And then we play Lone Star the next year to beat them to go to the state championship in 19. Well, our kids have been there. Now they know what it is like. I think Waxahachie, now that they've been in that game and they know what it's like, to me, that's the I'm not taking anything off of Coach Reynolds or myself, because it all ultimately it falls on me. But I think even for some of our coaches, being in that game, because I used to always tell our kids, you don't have to beat Duncanville in the regular season. You don't have to beat them twice. You just got to beat them once, and the goal is to beat them in the fourth round. I think that's what I did not do a good enough job on, in my opinion, is getting us ready to understand the magnitude of that game. As loud as it was in Midlothian, which is a great venue, by the way, but I think we let the moment get too big for us, and our kids in Duncanville's been used to games like that. They've been there before. They've done it. We haven't. And I think that's what makes, to me, Waxahachie better this year, is because now they know what it's like.
Was that one of the best atmospheres that you ever played in?
I would say, man.
At Hatchie,
I would,
maybe.
yeah, 100% at Hatchie, yeah, because it's the biggest problem with me is I'm a big, signaler caller, and we couldn't get our calls to the other side because it was so loud. So and it was a great environment. I thought Waxahachie, just that's what it's about. How they came out, obviously playing at AT&T special. The year we beat Lone Star at Allen, I thought was unbelievable crowd. It was really special, but Yeah, Midlothian was unbelievable because there was zero seating.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Coach, we're gonna let you go, but I'm gonna crown you the king of acronyms. I heard KYP, I heard SIW when you was interviewing with J Mac a few years ago.
Yeah.
I heard something when you was talking about line play. You might even create a PYT for Michael Jackson. I don't know.
Hey, he the king. Hey, he the king of the bounce back too, or the rebuttal, because he came right back and said, "Hold on, you ain't finna talk about my OC."
Hey,
no,
you get a double
you heard him. He said he was coaching him in college.
Yeah, that's a bum. That's a bum.
Hey, how many times you come on? How many times you come on during the game and chastise? Tell him stop throwing the ball.
I can't go into detail about what I say to him. Because if my wife knew some of the things that I've said on that headset, she would be upset with me.
Well, don't say that, Coach. Say less. Say less.
That, Coach. Hey, we appreciate you for the drive-by. You came back in, man. Hey, double salute for that.
Yeah, that was dope, man. Appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah.
Y'all be good. See y'all.
All right.
Well, I'm glad I got a chance to get that off my chest because I was mad about that. I had to say it. I'm glad he came back and rebutted. Now, it don't change that. I still feel the way I felt.
Yeah. You're gonna have to cut that one because you can't say. Look, you could not go back on what you just said. No way you could walk up out of that one.
But I said it too many times though, Willow.
Willow,
I said it too many times. How many times I said on air criticize Wasatch outfits?
No,
I even told the new coach.
But now, but for that to happen and Coach pop right back on, it's like, hey.
That was classic. I ain't gonna lie. That was classic, man. But shout out to Coach,
like
man.
The butler of Mr. D's, dog.
Hey, Coach popped up like Sandman. He was like, hold on, Candyman. He was like, hold on.
He was chilling in the cut. Like, look, we were talking, and then I looked down. Like, oh, Coach still here. Let's go.
I was in the background listening to the show.
Absolutely.
No. But I'm glad he did because I did want to bring that up. And I didn't because I thought we was pushing for time, but hey, we got it in. I got it in, so hey, I didn't leave no meat on the bone, unlike Wasatch outfits.
Oh, okay. Look. We can't say you're a new hatch. So
I'm new hatch now. I'm new hatch. I'm new hatch.
New hatch, Coach. You new hatch.
Hey.
With the explosive offense.
Yeah.
Hey, this new hatch right here.
I'm starting my morning a blunt and exotic. I wanna rock right now, rock a Robin. I'm bending and bobbing, I stay with a thick little yellow like Christopher Robin. I name my Drake Mr. Miyagi, cause how to kick him must know some karate. Ouch, don't get stressed like Pilates, the Glock.
Big Tex they did nothing to deserve it. That man just at the first man.
It's out there like that, man.
Hey, that's new hatch. They got the cowboy hat and the Wranglers on. They bobbing. They bending and bobbing. That's the new hatch.
Big Tex trying to figure out how he catches strays like Irvin. And,
like Irvin and McKinney. Yeah.
Wait a minute, how we get in this?
Irvin, like, man, we just buying our business.
Oh man. Hey, other than that, man, Aaron Valencia, you got mail. We're probably gonna end it out with Aaron and the commercial. Coach, if you're still in the background, get his number. Episode 169 was fun as crap. Man, this whole week, bro.
It's been a great week, Sunday, man. The dub been on fire, man. Y'all go Wednesday. Go back to the YouTube, go back to the Facebook page, and go look at some of the stuff we put out this week. It's been crazy.
It's been crazy. Hey, double dub salute for all my panelists on here. J-Man, catch him on Sunday nights. Coach Carr, check him on Tuesday nights. And then the rest of the Dub family, we here on Wednesday nights for you. We got you, baby.
And I did just get a confirm that our favorite coach from the Big Ten gonna be on the Sunday night show in a couple weeks.
Ooh, okay. Who that? We just gonna leave it.
Okay, now is that
The high
the
school,
real Big Ten,
the high school district
or
Big
the
Okay.
HBCU Big Ten.
10. Don't start.
Hey, and
But
one
it's
more
Solomon
time.
coach, Solomon favorite coach.
Gotcha. And one more thing. Next week we'll have Dontre Wilson.
Okay. If it is who I think it is, it's all love. It's all
Yeah,
love,
that's my
for sure.
guy, man. I talked to him today, man. That's my guy. I look forward to getting him back on.
Yeah. We
And
roll.
speaking
with it,
of the Big Ten, we'll have former Ohio State running back extraordinaire DeSoto, probably one of the top 2 running backs in their history. And we're going to debate that with Dontre Wilson next Wednesday night. So other than that, man, let's kick it, baby. We're going to have some fun, dub style. We out.
Let's go.
Would you buy from this guy? Would you buy from this guy? Or would you buy from this guy? Well, at the Dub, we would. Meet your A-game agent, Aaron Valencia.
Nice interception, Lamel. Bring it home, Wink.
Did someone say home? What's up, everybody? Mia Valencia here. If you're looking for that perfect home, you better call my dad, the A-game agent.
That's right. I'm Lamel Swanson. I'm Caden Wingfield. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, call the A-game agent. He always brings his A-game.
What's up, everybody? Aaron Valencia here, the A-game agent. Call me, 432-349-2884. Go Bearcats.